What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90, and we are finally here for La Liga predictions. I've had to have a couple of weeks off whilst I adjust to being a parent and everything that comes with that, but hopefully going forward for the rest of the season I will have La Liga, Serie A and Bundesliga, and this video is a little bit earlier because there are some midweek games for La Liga this week, and we're kicking it off down here with Valencia versus Espanyol. First of all, flashing up on the screen are all of the people that are supporting me over on the Patreon and that make all of these videos, all the research, all the posts possible. We had a nice little 1-0 treble with Liverpool, Celtic and Arsenal yesterday, so that's always a win. If you want to shout out in every single video, as well as direct messaging access to me and the group chat and all of the tips and everything like that, then be sure to click that top link and join the Patreon over there. But with that being said, let's get into La Liga predictions. And like I said, first up we have Valencia up against Espanyol. I think I predicted when Valencia were 20th, they were rock bottom this season, I'm pretty sure. I said they wouldn't get relegated, and look at them now, climbing past the likes of Girona, Sevilla, 3 points away from top half already. They're going on an absolutely amazing run, and I think it continues here. I'm going to say a 2-1 win to Valencia, and the tip is going to be Valencia to win at 1.72. I like the odds at home, got to back them, even though Espanyol are on a really good run themselves, beating Getafe, Celta Vigo, Rayo Vallecano, all without conceding. Brilliant stuff from them. 38 points each for these two teams. I think Valencia just leapfrog them in the league, and spoiler alert, I think they're going to jump ahead of Getafe as well. After this, we have Atletico Madrid up against Rayo Vallecano. Madrid suffered a late loss to Las Palmas. Vallecano got a draw with Valencia. I did predict the games off camera. I did predict a draw. I actually went 2-2 between Vallecano and Valencia, but close enough. I think Atletico Madrid need to bounce back here. That was a poor result against Las Palmas. I thought that would be, I thought at least both teams would score in that game, but Atletico Madrid could not contribute. I'm going to go for a, where is it, 2-1. This prediction was a long way down the list for some reason. Atletico Madrid to win 2-1. The tip is Atletico Madrid to win at 1.6. After this, Barcelona up against Mallorca. Last week, I had Barcelona and both teams to score. Always seems to happen when they play Celta Vigo. I had 3-1. It was 4-3. Mallorca, I went 1-0 against the Leganes, and they drew 0-0. So, pretty poor result there. I think Barcelona win. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win, but the tip's going to be Barcelona and over 2.5 goals at 1.57. Just in case we don't see both teams to score, I absolutely could see a 3-0 win, and Barcelona, are they running away with the league a little bit now? It's only 4 points, but that's a lot of points to get back in the latter stage of the season when you've got a team like Barcelona who are playing so well. After this, it's Bilbao up against Las Palmas. I thought this game against Real Madrid, I predicted a 1-1 draw. It was 1-0. Las Palmas, as I said, beating Atletico Madrid. I think Bilbao do bounce back here. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. And the tip is going to be Athletic Bilbao to win and under 3.5 goals at 2.1. Like I said, I think they bounce back. I think they get the win. Las Palmas just above the relegation zone now with that win against Atletico Madrid and the win previously against Getafe. So they're fighting for their lives down there, but I think Bilbao will get this win, just keep that little bit of distance between themselves and Villarreal. After this, we have Celta Vigo up against Villarreal. Villarreal, we had Villarreal and both teams score against Sociedad. They were absolutely robbed, to be honest. They had 3 disallowed goals, 2 of which were dubious, to say the least. I don't know how they didn't win that game. They deserved to win that game, but regardless, it is what it is. Celta Vigo favourites at home here, off the back of 2 losses to Barcelona and Espanyol. I think misery continues for Celta Vigo. Villarreal to win 2-1. The odds, pretty good. My tip is going to be Villarreal double chance and both teams to score at 2.3. I think 1-1-2-2 is also rather likely here. I don't think Celta Vigo win, but I do think they can contribute. So I think both teams to score looks really good. After this, it's Alaves up against Real Sociedad. Alaves, the favourites. I'm going for an upset here. Sociedad to win 1-0. I think they're a better team. I'm going to say they win 1-0. The tip is Sociedad double chance at 1.57. The odds are not super high, but just for Sociedad not to lose, I think that's pretty good. They've only lost 1 of their last 5 games. That did come against Mallorca, who have had a really good season. But Alaves, as you can see, right down there in the relegation zone, they've played 32, won 7, which means 25 of their 32 games, a double chance for the other team would come in, and at 1.6 nearly, I quite like that. After this, it's Getafe up against Real Madrid. No draws for either of these two teams in their last 7 games. I don't think that will happen this time, as in a draw. I do think it will continue the trend. I'm going to say 2-0 to Real Madrid, and the tip, Real Madrid to win at 1.8. is more than good enough. You could look at Real Madrid and under. You could look at Real Madrid win to 0. I think this is going to be much like last game when they beat Athletic Bilbao 1-0. The game week before that, I predicted a 1-0 win to Real Madrid in the video and tipped Real Madrid under 3.5 goals at 2.37, and they did win 1-0. So I just think because the odds are good enough for an outright win, you don't need to look at the goals. But if you want to, you could have a look at that. They've had 2 1-0 wins in a row. After this, it is Leganes up against Girona. Girona winless in their last 7. Leganes winless in their last 6. I guess it continues. I'm trying to find it on my list here, but for some reason, where on earth is it? Leganes, Girona. I'm looking at the wrong week, that's why. Here we go. I'm going to say Girona get a win. 1-0. My tip is going to be under 2.5 goals at 1.66. We've had a lot of under accumulator winners over on the Patreon, actually, which is pretty cool. But I'll show you that in my next Premier League video where I do the winning accumulators. I don't tend to do it in the La Liga, Serie A, and Bundesliga because there's so many videos otherwise where I just keep showing the same accas. So I'm going 1-0, under 2.5 goals. This could be 0-0, could be 1-1, could be Leganes win, but yeah, I think Girona finally get a win and just give themselves a little bit of breathing room, because you don't want to go from Champions League to relegation in 1 year. That's just not a good look. After this, we have Osasuna up against Sevilla. We had them to beat Valladolid. They did. Sevilla drawing with Alaves. Fair enough. I mean, they're not looking that great, are they, Sevilla? It's a bit of a weird one. They've got the legacy of a good team, but they don't really play like a good team. And I'm going to go for a high-scoring game here. 2-2. I thought about over 2.5 goals as a tip. The odds are 2.3. So I thought, you know what? Let's just err on the side of caution. Let's bring it down. Over 1.5 goals at 1.4. You can chuck that in a little accumulator just to boost the odds. I think it's quite likely. Osasuna, they've just come off a 3-2 win against Valladolid. The 2-1 win against Girona. There's goals. We had both teams to score there. Sevilla games are quite low scoring generally. But I think with a team like Osasuna, who Sevilla will probably think they might be able to beat and get something from, even away from home, that should lead itself to at least the 2 goals we're looking for. After this, Real Betis, Valladolid, 3-0. Valladolid are terrible. They're going down. Betis are going to bounce back from this loss against Villarreal here. I'm going to go for Real Betis -1 handicap at 1.66. And here, this is a rescheduled fixture from the 25th of February. Back then, 2 months ago, I predicted a 3-0 win to Villarreal. I'm going to change it to 3-1. Give Espanyol a goal just from their good form. I still think Villarreal get the win. So I don't have a tip for you. Villarreal and over 2.5 goals, perhaps probably about 1.75. That looks good, and that looks good for La Liga. Here is a summary of my picks. Thank you so much also to everyone who dropped comments on my Premier League and Champions League videos asking where these videos were. I don't think I realized how much a lot of people really enjoyed and took a lot of information from these other league videos. And like I said, before I had to stop when I went to the hospital and everything like that, the last round of Serie A, La Liga and Bundesliga prediction videos got a combined total of over 10,000 views, which means more people are watching La Liga, Serie A and Bundesliga combined than my Premier League and Champions League videos separately. Obviously, they get more views individually, but as a collective, my sort of alt league project for the year 2025 to say thank you for 30,000 subscribers is getting more views than the mainstay series on their own. So I honestly didn't expect that. I thought if my Premier League videos were going to get 5,000 views, Champions League the same, that these videos might get 500 to 1,000. So to see that last time out, every single video from these leagues got 3,000 views is genuinely insane. So thank you so much for the support on the channel. Please do drop a like, subscribe down below. We're very, very close. I think we're about 20 away from 33,000 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. That is going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.